rest. I think that means you died. I thought when your heart arrests, you die.
The... Can I help you, gentlemen?
Our dear friend
No.
is in the hospital.
Okay.
We're waiting to see if he dies.
Yeah, you cannot help me in any way at all.
The only man who can
You're
help
looking
us
for the
is
guy
God,
that's,
because we need for our friend to survive.
Are you looking for the guy that caused the whole mess?
No!
Oh.
Huh?
They're looking for someone else.
Oh my god, really?
Is he gonna make it?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know, John?
That's what I mean, I don't know. Do you speak
Oh.
English? I don't know.
Doesn't look good.
Okay.
Oh my god.
It's Mr.
First,
Fidel.
Red, now
Alright.
Fidel, what's gonna happen to all the good cops?
Okay.
Are you gonna die, Ford?
I hope not. He's not gonna die, okay? He's gonna be alright. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Why can't fucking
I just gotta-
Austin Hayes die?
To grab that fire extinguisher and just
Nah,
blow them all
Austin Hayes will
over.
never die. The bullets just hit his vest every time.
You know what? I'm kind of glad though, because I kind of like cops. I'm not gonna lie.
I do not.
Yeah, I like off-duty cops.
Gotta be
Yes.
I don't know, you want me to lick it?
What are you two up to?
You guys on drugs?
Oh,
Man, whatever
trying
you
to-
were
What
on,
about
I
some
want
marijuana?
some.
trying to figure out if this is a real plant. Is it a
Man, you
real
think they're gonna
plant?
keep a real plant in the hospital? That's fake as shit.
It looks real. It tastes real.
I was gonna say, yeah, what's it taste like?
That's cap.
Hey, Longwood, you study the circulatory system. I'ma study the
Maybe we
muscular
should try the
system.
mop next.
I can't read that, man.
Why? Because you can't read?
Nah, I can't do that shit.
It's really
What do you mean you don't know how to read? I know how to read.
I dare you to drink the mop water.
Are you two drunk?
What's happening?
We might be a little bit.
What's happening?
Oh god.
No.
Oh my
I
Have,
sit
well, have
until we
proper
know
water.
Fidel's gonna die or not.
Do
So
that.
let's stand and dramatically smoke a cigarette until we know. Not inside, you fucking idiot. You gotta go outside.
You're so pretty.
Please leave the hospital before you smoke.
Don't be
Hey,
a dick, Lola.
you
Get out
heard
of here.
her.
Fine.
You gotta leave,
I
sir.
can't seem to stop.
Oh,
You're an idiot.
I can't
Well,
stop. What the
Do you
fuck?
want me to help you out?
I'm addicted. I can't stop. Oh, I'm good. Alright, sorry.
Thank you.
I couldn't stop for some reason. I don't like cigarettes. You got any?
No, I just smoke cigarettes because it looks cool.
I don't think so. I think I might. I think I'm too.
You two are very drunk.
I mean, I'm good.
Oh? What do you mean?
Okay.
You're just
You get still
Uh oh.
drinking?
Maybe. Oh, thank you.
I don't want it.
I should probably.
That's good.
Stacy, have a drink.
Thank you.
Ma'am, he's good.
Donna.
No, I'll get rid of the
Donna.
fun juice.
Oh my god, he's got
It will help you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Find out how Fidel's doing.
You want me to go and have a look?
Yeah, that would be.
You know, I can get used to doing nothing all day. Weren't you hired to be a mechanic?
How are we doing?
I think
There you
he's,
go.
I think he's gonna be alright.
Okay. What was the latest update from the doctors?
Do you really want to know?
Yep.
Hey, how's it going in there?
Doctors surgically removed one of his testicles because they were too big and taking too much blood from other important organs.
Lovely.
Let's see if he's gonna survive.
So just waiting for any final things that might come through. Make sure he's cleared for release. Most likely he'll need recovery. So we'll see, and we'll get him sorted. So hopefully he'll come too, because
Very specific.
if he can't tell me that he doesn't want it on his medical record, it's
Oh, I
going
thought
on
you
there
said
that
that
he
to
only
me.
has one testicle.
What the fuck?
Fidel's dying over here.
Stop it.
You got him? Oh.
Come on, Long, let's go drown our sours in alcohol.
If they are drinking in the hospital, I'm gonna get very mad.
I'm pretty sure they
Long,
were
let's just
smoking
go
in the
buy some
hospital.
alcohol, drink
Oh,
till
I
we
moved
pass
them
out.
outside.
Oh, okay. Alright, I'm gonna walk
Well, I
in here and
moved
just...
one outside. The other one moved out by itself.
Yeah, got the message.
No, one of them was pretty. One of them keeps telling me being really rude to me. Like completely rude.
Oh, that's not nice.
Are you
What's he
gonna
doing?
sell alcohol at the hospital gift shop? About to check.
Just being completely rude to me when I said, "Can I help?" And he was like, my brain is now too fried to remember that.
I got you.
Looks like Gomez
Alright,
is done.
well, yep, time to get him around to recovery.
I know you're.
It's going around to recovery now.
Oh, that's good. You know what happened?
Nope.
I don't know. Mr. Williams was saying he smoked next to a gas pump or something.
What?
Or they
Was
do
he-
sell alcohol in the gift shop. Hey, I got some alcohol. Where you at?
I don't know. That's what he said.
I feel like I can hear people upstairs when I shouldn't be able to hear people upstairs.
No, they're around there, right there.
Oh, I got you
Mr.
something.
Jackson, I think he's gonna be okay. What did you get me?
Well, something to celebrate.
Oh, you got me a new keyboard. Thank you.
Yeah, I got you a beer, John, is what I got you.
No, don't give me alcohol.
Let me don't give you
There's
alcohol.
people trying to poison me and kill me. And they
Man,
put it in all the alcohol I touch, okay? That's
Hold on,
definitely
I'll
why I
drink
pass
one.
out
Look,
every time I
look,
touch
look.
the alcohol. No,
Here, we'll drink it first and then you drink it.
I'm not drinking it.
Holy shit, that was a strong beer.
I like.
You ate alcohol. What kind?
How are you?
I'm
I
okay.
got rum,
Done better.
beer, whiskey, vodka, bourbon.
Done a lot better.
Been having a bad night?
Bad couple of weeks.
Bad couple of weeks. Why? Has it been busy? People been dying?
Nothing like that. It'll be okay. It'll be fine once I know what's going on. I can't really say much more than that, but
Okay.
tomorrow we'll see. It's the best I can say.
fucking old ass gotta jump again.
What?
You know what, Longwood? I'm fucking lonely, bro.
I've been so bored in a while.
I think I'm gonna just now that I got this car, I think I'm gonna just go drive it off a fucking bridge.
Man, shut the fuck up and drive.
I don't think I should be driving.
Then give me your keys and I'll drive. I wanna drive it.
No, I'll be fine.
No. Stop.
I'll be fine.
Oh my goodness.
Oh wait, he couldn't give me that money.
Hi, what's up?
Hi, just wanted to say good night.
Are you heading up to the house then?
Mm-hmm.
Get some rest.
Yeah, it's been a it's been a long day. I think I did it a little bit.
Yeah, get lots of rest, okay?
Alright, well, good night, be safe.
You too.
Let me know if you need anything.
I will do. Thank
Alright,
you.
bye.
Bye. Hi.
I need a hostage. You're coming with me.
What? What?
Yep, you're my hostage now.
What?
I'm kidding.
I was very confused.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Oh, I'm gonna put you back on top of your car, but I couldn't.
Thank you.
I couldn't get back up there with you on my shoulders for some
That's
reason.
fine. It's a little bit more difficult. Who else have you got in your car?
Jacob's in there. Jessica. That's it.
Okay.
Who you waiting on?
Mongo.
Oh, Mongo, huh? Everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine. It's just I need to talk to him.
Oh. Oh, when you see him, tell him I said hello.
I will do. Thank you.
No. I probably should call him and check on him, but he's probably busy.
Yeah, he's slightly busy at the moment.
Yeah, I'm totally gonna jaywalk. Don't tell on me.
Hi there.
Hi.
Why are you out here like alone?
Because I'm waiting for Mongo to call me so I could go pick him up.
I was gonna say, this looks so sad and lonely. You're like, I'm just here, and your car's like all fucked up. Damn.
Yeah, I don't know why it's so fucked up. Probably people slamming into it at pillbox.
I feel like Mongo might be a while.
Yeah, I've got time.
Alrighty. You look like you're in prime position to get kidnapped is all.
I mean, will I have big, strong, burly police officers coming to rescue me if I am?
I mean, I'll be on duty, but I don't know how good I am. I had somebody get kidnapped from like right in front of me before, so. Hey, he was gonna shoot Natasha, so I figured I'd let him have the scumbag that he was trying to kidnap instead.
I mean, reflecting back on it now, that might not have been a bad idea.
Yeah, and I mean, it was Joe Wolford, so I wasn't really trying to get in a shootout with him in the middle of Bahama Mamas, so... It, like, devolved. It's those fucking Washington guys, man. Every time.
I mean, they're the ones that kidnapped me yesterday.
Yeah, and they caused this big scene, and then they mouthed off to Joe Wolford, so of course... he tried to take him from police custody, so he like held up Conan and was like, either I shoot you or you let this guy go so I can take him. And then he like ran, and then Slade Knight hit him with a car, so he needed medical. I rolled medical, and then everybody chased Slade. And then of course fucking Wolford circled back around, and he was like, I'll fucking kill this judge if you don't give this guy to me. I was like, well shit, alright, take this guy, I hate this guy anyway.
Yep.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah. I didn't like willingly give him over, but if I had to make a choice, I'd probably make the same one again.
Yeah,
I thought you were going home.
Who was that?
It's Longwoods. They
Oh, the
are
long
apparently-
ones who also tried to rob my EMS the other day.
Well, starting today, they are apparently reformed.
I doubt it.
They said they're going to lead a normal civilian life.
I doubt it.
So do I. Very much so. I also feel like everybody at one point has tried to kill or rob you.
What, kill me?
Yeah, I feel like you are like somehow public enemy number one. Like you are like the epicenter
don't know
of a victim.
I don't know
Like
why.
how people go from robbing a convenience store and shooting at me to shooting you in the back is like, I don't know how we got that far. Like how did we get here? I still don't know how any of that stuff was connected.
Neither do... Well, they kidnapped me from in front of VU.
Yeah, but then they went to a convenience store like a quarter of a block down and got stabbed. And then called the police that they just shot at.
I mean, I feel like that time might be coming to an end.
Yeah, probably. I don't think the one guy is going to make it back from Joe Wolford, to be honest. I plan on probably fishing somebody out of a lake somewhere.
I mean, that's one way of looking at it.
I don't think he was making it back one way or another. I got to be honest.
I think their passports might disappear at some point.
Yeah, I mean, if we are going to have an open border policy, we have to be more strict on, you know, who we let in, right?
Yeah, or rather, who we kick out.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I think it's probably the better option.
Hi.
Who is this?
It's Mac driving very legally on the wrong side of the road and then drifting around a corner.
Swear to fucking God.
I didn't plan this. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, you're just a bad bitch, aren't you?
Oh wow, yeah.
Give him the car.
Fine, I'm already getting out. Wow.
I rarely get kidnapped and such.
Hmm.
Hi.
Well, that was Matt Colino.
Who was?
The people that just drove away just before you got here.
Oh, where is he wanting his brother?
I don't know. He came like flying in here and then didn't say anything and left. Hmm.
Well, be on the lookout.
Hi, Mr. Trey Lonzo.
He's being questioned.
I'm wearing ice cream. I don't know either. Like I said, I'm just on standby to find whatever happened to that guy that Joe Wolford took.
Oh, they already got him.
Wait, they got Joe?
No, they got the two individuals that he took.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was talking about over the radio.
Oh, I was completely ignoring you. What happened now?
They found him up in Sandy.
Oh. Like just...
The individuals, the Washington brothers.
Wait, what happened to him?
Nothing.
They die?
Nope.
That's a shame.
How did they get away?
Oh, well, that's not what I want to do. Sorry.
Joe Wolf, what do you mean? You know how they got away.
But he wasn't getting them to set them free. He was getting them to...
Yeah, and Kelly found them.
Oh, found them. I thought you meant like, the way you said it, you were like so cheery, like, oh, we found them.
No, like, they found them.
Oh, well.
I don't know anything else from here, but we did write a warrant. Mr. Wesker.
Mr. Banger.
You shot anybody else today?
No, not just that British cut. They tried to attack me with a machete.
Wow. God, I hate the C word. It's so harsh.
Oh, really? Not a fan
Yeah.
of the C word?
It's one of the ones that gets me.
Oh my God, look, there's a wild Luis West.
Oh God. Where?
Back, I gotta think about Pringles.
You're on my car.
Wait, where?
Okay, well, anyway, he tried to come at me with a machete, so I shot him. That's
Do
fair.
y'all want some drugs?
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, okay. Ah, you fucking piece of shit.
Why is there blood?
Yeah, because these fuckers hurt. They're fucking huge. They're as big as bullets.
It's alright, he's building up an immunity to it.
Yeah. Pretty soon I won't even feel it.
I'm back. Oh, so get this. So before I came into the city,
God, this car is so nice. Like the interior is like gorgeous.
It's
And,
neon.
Your car?
Long story short, I went to go try to stop my car and
Got you here,
Yes.
banger.
he did.
I thought you were
Yeah,
a fucking criminal.
What?
Hey, banger.
You were like all set up to like block the cops from a
Oh, no, you
chase. Well, it looked like you were.
Alright, wait. Can you repeat
You were
that?
like pointed at the side, like you were on the fucking sidewalk, pointed out with the car on. I was like, is she about to block the cops right now? Like, what the fuck's going
No,
on?
I just wondered what the
So
fuck was going on
I was
behind.
blocking the cops off. When was this?
Sometime between what time
Freckle
is it?
past her hair and
yeah.
your elbow.
Yep.
Very interesting.
What she said.
Want some Pringles?
I wouldn't put it past her. Look at her.
Yeah,
Also,
that's
talking about
definitely a
kidnappings,
criminal.
if you want to talk about how many times I've been kidnapped compared to you.
Wait, me?
Mm-hmm.
I've been kidnapped like once in the entire time.
Yeah, I got kidnapped
People
one
just don't kidnap you there.
one time, and it was like my very first day on duty.
No, it was not.
It definitely was.
No, it was not. That bank.
We're hanging out with them.
I've been kidnapped like
Uh,
today.
Yeah, that bank was like one of the very first times, and I did my own negotiations. Got it checked off for my recruit phase.
What, the jewelry? When you... Not the jewelry. The PSB one.
Wait, I was never kidnapped for a PSB.
Yes,
I was
you
kidnapped. No, I was kidnapped for jewelry, and I was kidnapped for a Fleeka on Hallwick. That was actually 2 different times.
Okay,
And
so
I got-
you've just admitted that actually you lied to me in that first statement.
I forgot about the second one.
That's not fun to me.
Got you, Barker.
Ugh. Yeah, the second one I actually forgot that because that one was shit because I got beat with a fucking bat even though I complied.
Let me think. When have I been? Yeah, but how long have you been in the actual city, Barker?
Almost 4 months.
Yeah, I got hit.
Okay, fair.
Even though it wasn't even moving.
I mean, in the meantime, you've been bleached, you've been kidnapped. Pretty sure you got like bleached again. You got
I've been
almost
ble-
drowned by an alien. I think at one point you got bit by an alien, something like that.
I was in it. It sucked major cock.
Is that a gun?
Sounded like shots fired.
16.
Let me think.
Is that shots fired?
Yeah, that was shots fired over here. You know what's funny? Before
10:30 banger.
my head exploded, I was number 1.
Okay, so
I timed the
I
perfect. Yeah. 'Cause I
have
wasn't in the city yet.
so since
when I
August last year,
and I counted, I timed
I
it,
have
and
been
I was like,
kidnapped by some
spamming it over and over and
dudes
to where I was
and driven
number 1.
around the freeway for several hours and then drowned.
You just have to time it. Who the fuck is
Then I was...
this? Hey, go to Bird. Lewis did it.
I have been...
He shot him with his DP. Hey, go to Bird.
We're talking about
Did you know
actual
there's a dude
kidnappings
that's
where I
running
got
around dressed in
moved
purple that sounds like you?
or just robberies.
No idea, bro.
Oh, I guess the robberies would be innumerable.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sounds
You
like
gotta jump out of the way.
I thought it was you.
In terms of
Not gonna
actually
lie,
moving,
like,
I got
so
moved, driven around the
Damn.
freeway,
good.
drowned.
Pigments changed in your skin.
10-9,
I've
sorry.
been bleached once. I have had bleach once. I am not doing that
Did she say
again.
she needs every... Did she say she needs every officer down there for
Do you want a
questioning?
hug?
Where?
Oh, fuck. Imagine.
By
Wow.
Johnny Depp.
Wow. I'll
Yeah,
join
that
that train
train
right
Yeah.
now.
Me either.
Imagine being
I've had my shoulder... That was once. And in the same day, I then got kidnapped by... Oh, no, I have been kidnapped by a crazy once who then told Tony that the whole reason he wanted to kidnap me was that so he could kill me because I was too nice.
Yeah, weren't you also like? Wasn't there like a weird? That's why I said you got like bit by an alien or like.
That was
something
on
like
that was on the same day I got bleached.
People call you guys
Oh,
different
okay.
names?
Yeah, people call me Dempsey.
I got bit by an alien, then he drowned
How
me,
can I push a car so
and
goddamn
then this one's been the latest one.
Black, and people are gonna be thrown off by it.
Jeez. If I was you, I'd just be on duty all the time so I could just panic everything.
You know, that's what's gonna happen. I can feel it now. I can see he's.
But if you don't go off duty, you don't. People don't know you.
I don't mind it.
Also, people are like there are very protective people of me in this city.
Got him.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like
including the swamp behind you.
You gonna let her talk to him?
I guess my first day actually P1 is when we saved Tony from those guys.
Yep.
Ended up killing 4 people that morning.
Seriously? It's called the shit dog stick, so.
I actually have.
Oh man, that's how we got rid of Jeffrey and Tim Othie and all those other assholes.
Oh yeah, I remember those dickheads.
Yeah, we were on like a 4-hour fucking chase because they kept stopping to get repairs and gas.
Wasn't one named like Edward or something?
Yeah, and then I finally got in a helicopter and shot them from the helicopter because I had enough. I first tased the 2 guys off the motorcycle that were kicking cars at like 90 miles an hour, and they died.
With a taser?
Yeah, I guess it
Yeah.
does. I guess.
Because it was basically lethal because we had just had enough, and they started kicking cars, disabled them. So I tased the driver off, and they both fell. And then they tried to run, and I got in a helicopter, and they started shooting at the helicopter, and I put down 2 more of them from that chopper.
Oh, wow.
It was a good day on duty for my first day as P1.
He's a shitty cop. I don't know how they even let him on the
Save Tony because I don't know how many times he saved my life.
Wait, who is
so-
a shitty cop?
Dempsey.
How true, man. That's gonna be the flashlight of the truth. Say it again. Say it again. I dare you. Yep.
Dempsey's a shitty cop.
Oh yeah, I fucking
Alright,
hate
we
when that guy's
need a
on duty.
lawyer down
Luckily, he's
here.
not most of the time because
You have a lawyer
holy
right
shit.
You have 2, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
can't
but-
see
Oh, hey,
her.
look.
Hey, look at this. I'm FaceTiming with Dempsey right now.
I can't
Oh,
see Jessica.
Miss Taylor's a bitch.
You can't see who? I'm sorry.
Jessica.
Shots fired. Don't talk to my fiance like that.
Oh, she's sitting on the bench next to.
You gotta deal with
Yeah, I
Joe
can't see the
Wolford.
benches.
Congratulations, you're the winner.
Oh
he is.
shit.
So happy. Sure he is.
Hello?
Can you
Like,
hit
it's
me with
getting
your
to the
baton
point-
And then patch me up.
Hey, retard.
Hell no.
Baka, I guess I'm gonna go there as well because there's nothing better to do. See
Okay,
ya.
bye. Love you.
Hey, retard.
Now you don't have a
Jessica,
hat.
can you stand
Get
up for me? Yeah. Don't sit on the benches because I can't see you and look like.
I really like that hat too. And those sunglasses.
I thought it got
What?
You literally just said you don't know who Dempsey is, but you were FaceTiming with him?
I don't know who Dempsey is.
Yeah, you're a dumbass.
Oh, I feel multiple pains.
Yeah, me too.
Oh,
shit.
what the hell?
I did not mean to do that. That was really.
Oh my god.
Are you alright, Balky?
I think I'm concussed.
I was trying to pick up your hat. I'm so sorry. Here's your hat. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh my god. I did not. I didn't mean to do that.
Damn it.
I'm so sorry.
Don't you fucking tackle me, you bitch.
What the? Stop pushing the car.
We gotta take my best friend to the hospital.
No, stop.
This is a
Put
kidnapping.
it back.
This is a kidnapping.
Put it back.
This is a very weird kidnapping.
Put it back.
You can't put it back when
Put
he's
it
on my
back.
side.
Put it back.
You put it back.
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 You're pushing it into the middle of the street.
I can't push
Okay, well, put it back. It should be a problem.
Move. Jacob, pick him up.
No.
Get over here. Stop being an asshole. What did I tell you? I told you not to be an
Oh,
asshole.
hell yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah, now
What
now
the
who's
hell?
getting
Oh, hell.
fucked? Yeah, now who's getting fucked?
Hell.
Oh,
I'm
he's
a
getting
helicopter.
fucked by the car.
I'm a
Good.
helicopter. Help me.
Good.
You know,
Now
this
you're
looks
sitting
really
stuck
bad
there.
on my part. The fact he's stuck in behind my car.
Can somebody help me?
No. Justice served.
Uh-huh. Oh, look.
Wait, where'd Frank go?
I don't know.
He took Barker to Pillbox.
Oh.
I do like this car though.
What, mine?
Mm-hmm. Like
Yeah.
the way it drives.
Yeah.
Like the best four-seater there is, honestly.
Yeah, it's nice. I like it. Jesus. I challenge him to push it all the way to Mirror Park.
Hey, Luis, I bet you can't push that car all the way to Mirror Park. He's going the wrong way anyway. Let's just try to push it into the back.
Jeez. Oh no.
We go pick Frank up?
Frank, do you need a pickup? Oh, well, you're driving.
Mm-hmm.
You have to unlock it.
Hey, you try it. So Luis took it down here.
I'm gonna think about a drink. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hi there. You can't
Hi.
take my hat now because it got knocked off my head with a monkey wrench.
I was gonna take it anyway.
Good, I didn't want you to take it. I like that hat. I worked really hard to get that hat, actually.
Does it come with a certain rank?
Yeah, that's the, like, P2 only hat. So I was, like, waiting the whole time. Like, come on. Give me my cowboy hat.
Do you even have enough time to fucking deal with two?
It's not even about the time, it's the money. So what's everybody up to tonight? Since I'm doing nothing.
Yeah, weed, 1 to 10 little bags is legal. No, I don't smoke weed.
Wow. And she wants us to use her recording studio, alright. Very unlikely to ever actually make good on that promise. Probably just paid it for nothing.
Shot?
Ford has like the attention span of like a rat.
Little or big, it doesn't matter. It's just fucking hate me.
What
Ha!
are you doing?
I'm alright. How are you doing?
I asked what you were doing, but...
Apparently my spine feels extremely painful, because apparently he didn't What
engrossed in his girlfriend.
Going.
You son of a bitch. Oh shit, don't you fucking dare.
What the hell is going on?
Jesus.
What the fuck did I just come back to?
I don't know what's happening.
Jacob dodged
I
a
tackled
bullet.
Frank and then he
What?
tried to swing a wrench at me.
Cause you just
I can't hear shit over Jacob.
Are you okay?
yeah, I'm fine.
Like I was saying, I photoshopped a record label for you guys, and also I was paid to Photoshop Fidel in front of a bunch of panthers. Have you not seen these images? Oh my
Yeah, let's
goodness.
go get us some
Drop me
images.
your email and I will send them over. I slaved all day.
I want to see it.
Yeah? I'll fucking drop it to everyone.
Yeah, I
worked
think
my
you should.
ass off, and I still only get paid 100 an hour.
Like I said, I think the best thing they could do is like, cause you guys get a dispatch, right?
Kinda.
It's really shitty. Like they just get like, they get reports and they're very fucking shit.
Yeah, they're just a street name, but when a street's long, you can't find the crime. So.
Like it doesn't say.
Yeah, but I feel like if they gave you like like the stipend for arriving to the call, like that would be
Yeah.
like it would make up for the money and it would make it like it would persuade you to go to them,
Absolutely
right?
would.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm happy with my photoshopping business for now. Fun fact, if you guys want you guys to be photoshopped in front of something dumb, I'm really bad at it, but we'll happily do it for like 10,000. I don't know.
If it's like terribly done but like still funny because it's so bad,
Yes.
like that, yeah, that's the best part about
What?
it.
Yeah. What? Drop me your email or whatever you are, and I will find it
You
and I will
heard
send it to
again.
you.
Yeah, because Jacob tackled me and broke my
Actually,
back.
let me send it to Frank real quick.
I didn't break his back, but I did tackle him.
And
then
I
he
did
punched
try to
me
hit
and
him.
then
I
like
tried
tried
to
to
hit him with
swing
a wrench,
the
but the garbage can saved his ass.
yeah, the
I
garbage can
destroyed the
actually
garbage
did save
can.
me from getting hit by his wrench. Yeah, I'll take you to the hospital, but
I'm fine.
are you fine? You don't seem fine. Uh-huh. Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious. There were some big ass panthers.
Oh god.
You are welcome.
Route 68. I like it.
Thank you. I like to think I put my heart and soul into it.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. You did really good.
Thank you. I haven't photoshopped in 4 years, and I spent most of today.
You did really good because it's like all the edges on him are nice and smooth. You did really good.
I did a color range with the magic lasso and then basically erased all the green, which is terrible because his shirt is khaki, which means I had to limit the shaders on the lasso, which was frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah, big word, I get you.
No, I was just looking at how well you did the cropping.
Thank you. I put him in front of a green screen.
I need a hat.
Why don't we just Photoshop you a hat?
Yeah. And then I can pay rent that way, so I'm happy with that. Maybe I should advertise it as like a.
I'll be back later.
Are you gonna leave now, Aya?
Yeah, I've got to do something quick.
Have fun,
Alright, have a good one, Aya.
What? My horn's nicer than yours.
Pull over!
Why? Because I got a nicer horn. Can I pull over in the gas station at least? Can I pull over in the gas station?
Alright, I'm gonna call you an arrest for noise pollution because of your annoying horn.
I love my horn.
No, it's fucking annoying.
How is it annoying? It's a classical tune.
No. Oh, by the way, your front window is busted, so that's an unroadworthy vehicle.
I'm waiting for Mongo.
I don't care, ma'am. Get out of the vehicle now. Step out! Thank you. Oh, really? That quick? Really?
There you go.
Nice, dude. Ah, oops. Didn't see that. Alright, you feel leave.
You just wanted it to get in the car, didn't you?
I want to honk, but then I'm gonna try to hotwire that bitch. So yeah.
Hold on, let me give you the keys.
Oh hell yeah. God damn it! There's so little going on that I'm pulling over people just to honk the horn.
See, I can hear the rest of the tune going in my head as well.
Really?
You could tell what kind of child
Hell yeah.
Can I have my keys back now, please? Thank you.
What's your license plate?
B50. Oh, hold on. 51B0. B0 or no?
Why the hell do I have 3 keys on me?
Someone really trusts you with their car? Thank you.
No, I guess it's from the other cars I pull out.
Have you tried driving it?
Huh?
Have you tried driving in it? It doesn't make
What
a
do you mean?
sound.
Oh really? It's electric? It's
It's one of the hybrids.
nice.
Hello? Hello, you're not expecting two gentlemen down at VU, are you?
No.
Okay, there are two gentlemen in masks, in a black car. Kind of waiting around the corner from there.
Did they like ask for me, or you didn't talk to them? Or...
I didn't talk to them. They were
okay,
in that
good.
car.
You know, and they were just sitting there around the corner of the VU.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what the fuck? No, that's weird.
You got creepy people at the VU.
Creepy people at the VU. Got it.
Yep.
All right, I'll stay away.
Okay.
Alright. How long are you awake for?
I need to talk to Mongo. I don't think they're actually paying attention.
Go, like, tap on them.
Fine.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm gonna do that.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am, because I'm gonna be nosy.
Oh my god. Oh, stay on the phone with me.
I will. I'll just say, can we help you with something? Hey, gentlemen.
He's not really here, Aya.
Oh, hi, Lex. Why are you both in, like, helmet and mask and...
Oh, just sitting here trying to be incognito.
Whoa, okay. Who is with you?
I don't know.
Me?
You don't know yet you're sitting next to him. Okay.
Yep.
It's Lex with somebody. They're trying to apparently be incognito. Basically, they're about to commit some crimes.
Well, don't get kidnapped.
I don't... It's Lex. Lex Lynn.
Oh, Lex. Oh, then, yeah. I'm sure it's fine then. It's normal.
That's what I thought, so I'm just gonna leave them. But she won't tell me the name of the other gentleman she's with.
I have a hunch who it could be.
Tell me.
No.
Tell me.
Negative. It's Santa Claus.
Really not Santa Claus. He's not chubby enough for it.
It's fit Santa Claus. You know, when it's not Christmas time, he's like really
He's also
shredded.
not fit.
Then I don't know.
Right. Talk to you later.
Yep. Bye.
As much as I love my horn, it's very noticeable it's me.
Yes, it is.
Because nobody else has the horn.
No, they don't.
So, how was the drama?
Oh my god, it's such an epic story. So I might get a call because I left. They still weren't done, but I just couldn't bring myself to like make you wait any longer. So I left at the end. So I might get a call from the police in a little while, which I gotta answer, but I just didn't want to make you wait anymore. I feel terrible.
That's fine. We can go and sit above the car park above ammunition, and then if you get a call, I can take you back. That's not too far.
No, I'll just talk to them on the phone when they call.
Okay.
Yeah, just anywhere that people aren't going to hear us, obviously.
You know
So-
where they won't hear us? Therapy office.
Okay. And it's definitely, it's like just me and you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just making
You will see when we get up there. Also, close your eyes.
Okay.
1
They're
cup,
closed.
2 cup, 3 cup, go. That's what
So-
Preacher taught me.
This. Oh my god, now I'm gonna fucking fall asleep. I'll be right back.
Isn't that going?
What is I doing? She looks shady.
Waiting for Mongo.
Where's he at?
He got forced on a nap.
Jesus
Oh
Christ.
no.
You've been waiting for him forever.
I know, and then he got forced on a nap. It wasn't even like it was his choice.
You like some company while you wait?
Nah, I'm good.
Oh shit.
Oh, okay, guess we're not good enough, Parker.
Bye.
Bye.
I'll be honest with you. It's pollen season. I was gonna quarantine myself until July anyway.
Social distancing? Yeah, we've done that before. Except back then we called it the Blizzard 93.
Social distancing is not a problem out here. We live 15 minutes from our nearest neighbor. Should we check on them?
They're out of sweet tea? Well, do they have unsweet? No, don't get any. I just want to know how desperate people are getting.
Oh, I got a room full of toilet paper. But I'm not a hoarder. My wife's a couponer, so to be fair, I also have a room full of dish soap, toothbrushes, and band-aids.
Oh, I survived the Bluebell shortage of 2015. I'm pretty sure I can survive anything now.
I'm going on a bear hunt. Not for food. I just want that Charmin bear to tell me where he's keeping all that extra toilet paper.
Hold on, let me get this straight. The government's telling me to sit right here and do nothing for weeks. That's the most sense they've ever made.
Why does Netflix keep asking me if I'm still watching? What planet are you on? We are all still.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay. No need to take an emergency nap now?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Right. Let's head this way.
Are we actually going inside?
Yeah, there's a office space that nobody can, like, to hear from this office space, you would have to do some serious outside detective work from an external source.
Who voice is that?
Probably one of the most private places in the whole of the state.
Oh, good. Does it like lock or just does nobody ever go in there?
Nobody ever goes in there.
Oh, but this door locks anyway, right?
Nope.
Interesting. I've never been over here, really. Like, not since the renovation, you know?
There's a keypad over here that you have to press.
Oh, yeah, okay, okay.
This
I was
lovely
in here
dog.
once to meet with Tony Hall about something. I think. A long time ago.
Yeah, it's the most private space that you could think of. I think.
Where do I begin? I don't know, do I sit? I think I like want to sit, but my shirt is so tight, like it rips the sleeves and it irritates the hell out of me, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I hate that. Maybe I should just see if I can like lay down on the couch.
You can lay down on these.
Oh, that's perfect. How about that?
That works really well. Let me get comfortable.
So, do I need to whisper in here or can I talk
Nope,
normally?
you can talk normally.
So, where do I begin? Well, it's a long story, but basically, I don't know, did you ever meet the state attorney that works for me named Summer Fable?
Yes.
Oh my god, there's the call from the cop. God damn it. Unreal. Hello?
Best or worst timing
Hey.
ever.
No, well, at the end I fell asleep and then I woke back up and then I had to leave for a minute and now... So I missed the end. Yeah. Okay. Well... Oh man. This fucking case is like a soap opera, dude. It's a good one. Uh-huh. It's looking pretty good. I think there's a chance, too, if you, I mean, you might not want to go this route. Maybe you want, like, which is fine. I don't know. If you want to, like a little bit more of an exciting case, which it probably would be. But I'm actually fairly certain that if you like present it the right way, you might actually be able to get her to confess. Because she has a really bad temper. She'll flip out, and if she thinks it'll save her life, she'll confess. If it, you know. Yeah, dude, you gotta say that shit. That's fucking hilarious. They're gonna freak out because when you say this shit to them, they get really freaked out. Like they, you know how some people brush it off? Like it actually really works well with them.
Your life until you get put on the firing squad, because that's what's going to happen if you don't cooperate. And I said I'm going to take down all of his boys and charge him with first-degree murder. And I said, do you really want to be responsible for taking down all your friends because of some girl who doesn't even stay loyal to you?
Dude, I like it.
So we'll see how it goes. But
Yeah.
we're going to bring Harper in whenever we can for this re-interview. And I want to get talking with Lyle as soon as we can, because we need to like get something ready for prosecution.
Yeah. I'm gonna call Lyle or email him or something and get him in touch with you like right away.
All right, sounds
to
good.
go over everything.
Me and Ford are probably just gonna hang out for a little bit, just go over, make sure we got everything.
But
done,
I'm telling you,
probably head out.
like, there's a really good chance she will confess if you want to go that route.
Yeah.
Probably in exchange for like life and shit being taken off the table. Because I'll bet you this is gonna, like, you could probably scare her into thinking like you have it.
Probably.
And that she's gonna get life.
I already made it clear. Like me and Ford quoted multiple texts from her to him that we know. So I made it very clear to Mr. Calino that we have her phone records. So I hope he tells her that, and then she comes in and realizes that I'm not bluffing.
Oh yeah. I'm sure he already told her. I can assure you.
I mean, I imagine so, but
Yeah.
we definitely are making.
I can pretty much guarantee it.
We're putting a lot of strain on him, and I think it's only a matter of time before one of them cracks.
Good.
I should have gave him my phone number. Fuck.
Crack those motherfuckers.
You have Derek Calino's phone number?
No, I do not.
All right, I'll find it. Because I was gonna give it to him. I'm gonna say, here, Mr. Calino, take my phone number, and if you have a change of heart, maybe I can offer another deal. But I don't know. All right.
Well, good
I'll
work.
talk to you later.
Yeah, keep me posted.
Got you.
Okay. Sorry, I put it on speaker so you could like at least hear a little bit.
Sounds like you've got a lot to tell.
Oh yeah. So you heard, at least you heard some of the drama. Like to get the general idea. So basically, like a few months ago, maybe like 3-4 months ago, there was a girl that worked at my office named Summer Fable. Did you ever meet her?
I did briefly. I helped her a few times.
So she basically like only came into the city to come to work, and like only when I was in town. So like we were always together, spending a lot of time together, always working, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then, do you know who Harper Beckett is?
Yes.
So Harper Beckett calls me one day and like asked me out like on a date, and I was like, I don't really generally do that. I've been in the city like a year. It's not the first time anyone ever asked. I just generally am like, blow that off. And then she was like, oh, well, I have legal questions, and she was like very clearly, but being very like aggressive and like just like cute about it and everything. And I was like, fine, sure, So we go out, and it was fun. Like I had a lot of fun. Like I enjoyed it. And we went out like a second time, and then like I find out that she tells Summer Fable like, oh, you know, we're going out and blah blah blah, and we went out this time and that time, and this one night when you were working, because I had told her I was working with Summer Fable, and I had been with her for like 6 hours, and I was like, I have to go. She's like, oh, I'll come with you. And I was like, oh, I have to meet with a CI, so it can only be me. And she was like, okay, but I was actually going to meet with Harper, but I just didn't want to like hurt her. You know, I didn't want to be like a dick. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to be like slick. It's just
weren't trying to be malicious at all.
no. I just thought it might like hurt her feelings. I kind of had the vibe that it would, even though she never said that and I never said that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I didn't. I was like, I thought that would just be easier. And then, you know, Harper Beckett told her. So she had issues like arguments with the government and a couple other things that happened. I think she got, but she ended up like shortly thereafter quitting and leaving, and she's like left the city. So, you know, Harper Beckett informs me like, you know, I did that on purpose. You know, don't call me crazy, but you know, I just wanted like to get her out of the way, the competition. And I was like, I found it to be funny, you know. I was like, okay, like that's kind of funny, you know, that like you did that and like it worked and whatever, like. And so again, I was like, all right, like we'll go out, like. And she was just very like crazy and like would flip out and get all like play dumb games that are annoying, you know what I mean, like the hanging up or the storming off and getting a car and drive away whenever she didn't get her way. And like I don't really like that. It's annoying. And like
it's a pain in the butt.
Yeah. So I was like, this isn't really working out. And she kind of at the same time was like, oh, whatever. So we stopped talking to each other. And she like resumed, she like just completely stopped talking to me and like resumed dating Tanner O'Neill. Okay. So during this time, this is the part where I needed your, first of all, I could never talk to you about this if you were. Like,
I mean, outside this room, I know nothing.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that no one else does either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would never talk about this normally.
Yeah.
But it's like fresh from today, and I have to. It's just so crazy by the end of this story. So, during this time frame, and this is another reason I didn't want to talk about it.
When I was alert?
Yeah, because during this time, I'm getting emails, like, you know, not on the government website, like of the other emails, you know?
Yeah.
That are saying the same things that, you know, Harper Beckett is saying to me in the city about like a lot of nice stuff. And I'm saying a lot of nice stuff back. And I was like, oh, you know, no big deal, whatever, but it's nice. Like that's only happened with me one other time I've been in the city. And it was like 6 months ago. And I'm still friends with her. If you remember Quinn Gray.
Yes, I do.
I'm still like as good a friend as you could be with somebody who moves out of the city and just communicate via the computer, you know, here and there. But we're like still very good friends. Like we talk all the time. It just turned into like a really good friendship. So I was like, all right, well maybe it'll just be like something like that, right? Maybe it'll be like another good friendship that started just because, you know, both people kind of like enjoy each other's, you know, company and whatnot.
Yep.
So every time we're going out, we're like hysterically laughing, like having a good time and all that during this. So anyway, stops talking to me, starts dating Tanner O'Neill. But I'm still receiving the emails, you know?
Yeah.
So now, Tanner O'Neill like dumps her. And she even tells me via email. But then, you know, must have forgot she told me that in the email or knew, you know what I mean? And later, here in the city, when I saw Harper, you know, she's like, yeah, I dumped him because, like, I changed my mind. Like, I wanted to be with you instead. Like, I want to date you. So, of course, I just went along with it because it's here, right? That's what you do.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, okay, sure. So I already knew, like, okay, this is kind of funny. But the coincidence is something happened, like, a day or two right before this. And it wasn't just that he broke up with her. It was that someone got murdered. And she is a suspect as possibly the murderer. So she starts dating me now. She's like, oh, I broke up with Tanner and we started dating. So we went out a couple times. And again, she's very crazy, always cursing and yelling. Like, it's just too much. So I was getting annoyed. I think she was probably getting annoyed. But again, The emails are continuing. So, as far as I know, maybe it's just not going to work out between me and Harper Beckett. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because maybe just our two personalities don't mix. Which is what leads me to the next part where, of course, then Ava Steele, like, called me. So you would get why I would be reading the emails and thinking, like, oh, okay, like, these emails are like serious emails. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, anyway, so now me and Harper Beckett are dating. She starts bringing up, because, you know, Hayes was working on the case, and he mentioned it to me. I'm working on this murder case. Harper Beckett's a prime suspect, and, like, Harper Beckett, like, knew because he had questioned people and stuff. And she started asking me, oh, you know, am I under investigation? And I told her it's not a secret. Like, you know, I told her, yeah, you're under investigation for murder. Like, but you might just be a witness. I don't know. Maybe a suspect. I really don't know. And she's like, oh my God, I could never kill anyone. And it's like all emotional and crying and stuff. And, oh, you won't let them, like, convict me, right? And of course, you know, I'm like, no, don't worry. If you're innocent, like, you're not going to get convicted. I believe you, blah, blah, blah. But did I? I don't know. But of course, you're going to say that, right? The person's crying, and, like, we're talking actually crying. This was not fake. And, like, I was like, all right, it's fine. Like, you're going to be fine. Another red flag, you know, I was like, that was way too convincing. And, like, I think she did it right from the start when Hayes told me. I suspect she may have done it. So, and I know enough about her past. Hearing her cry about I could never hurt someone when I know for a fact all of the crimes that she's committed before she got her record expunged, like, and say it so convincingly, it should have been another red flag, right? That kind of stuff is a red flag when you're like, whoa, this motherfucker is, like, on the going for the Academy Award, and if they're gonna do that, you don't know when they're doing that then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you gotta watch out for people like that. You gotta be real careful and, like, take those people at arm's length no matter what the hell they say. But again, I missed that red flag. And I mean, so naturally, like, I'm, like, seeing her at the time, so I was like, oh, of course I believe you, don't worry, like, everything's gonna be fine. So a little bit more time goes by, like, you know, we see each other. She's talking about, oh, you know, maybe you should consider becoming a private defense attorney again. And some people had offered me $1 million, literally, to become a private defense attorney and quit. So I told her about it, and she was like, yeah, it would be great. We'll open up, like, an office together, and, like, oh, I have all these plans. It's going to be great. And I was thinking that might actually be kind of fun. You know what I mean? Because it would be crazy. That's what I thought. I was just bored, and I just thought it would be, like, a crazy thing for, like, the district attorney to suddenly start, like, dating a criminal and, like, open a private law practice. I don't know. I was just like, maybe I will do that. I don't know. It would be interesting, different. So I was getting a little bit, like, bored. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I was just kind of, like, feeling it out and seeing what happened. But she's saying all this stuff about, oh, this plan and that plan. Again, the whole time emails, saying all the same shit about what a great person I am and all this other shit. So now we come to a time, what's going on with the thing? Oh, well, you know, Hayes kind of just, like, moved on to other cases. Like, he got a little bored with it. So it's kind of, like, closed, unsolved, like the murder case. And then Harper Beckett breaks up with me. Like, it was kind of a mutual thing, to be honest. But, like, it was right then that... And then I get, you know, emails from both Harper Beckett and Ava Steele around the same time. And it was amazing. It was like they were best friends or something who had decided, like, here, you want to date my boyfriend? And had, like, worked in cahoots to, like, set it all up. It was just weird coincidence, though, because they don't know each other. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean, yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, this is very, like, whatever. Like, let's do that. It makes more sense. I'm gonna stay as the DA. I'm gonna date this cop. Maybe I'm better off not dating this crazy criminal. It's all for the best that I broke up with him. And then, sure enough, coincidentally, Ava Steele called me. So that was nice. And I was like, oh, good, rebound. You know what I mean? It's the best medicine, is, like, when you're upset, is, like, a quick rebound. So she was immediately, you know, behaving unlike our first like date or whatever you want to call it, like hang out as if we had known each other for months. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And basically so was I, and we just immediately like became like close. So then Tim Bradford, he's a detective. You know him?
Yes.
So he's new and he's a very good detective. He's like the only other real detective that I've seen besides Kelly. And he is like reopening cold cases. So he took Austin Hayes' case and looked it back over again. And like he's looking at it from the evidence and is like, I think like one of 3 people did this, and one of them is Harper Beckett. So during the course of the investigation, I get he gets a warrant for her cell phone records, and he just got it approved. So I got a copy of all of her text messages, and it's like, it's so like, oh, like just draining as a human being. I just feel like so, oh my God, like I'm reading a text message to the guy that Harper Beckett started dating one day after her and I broke up, and I started seeing Ava Steele. And like, of course, Ava Steele, who I was, when we spoke, told me about how, oh yeah, I'm going to be like, Ava Steele is going to be, I'm going to be coming back on duty a lot. Also starts coming in the city like 1 or 2 days, or well, 2 days a week, let's say, sometimes 3, but usually 2. And then the rest of the time, the whole time, Harper Beckett is around, you know, with the Derek Colino guy.
Yeah.
And you should see the emails. That's the thing about you're this and you're that and you're number 1 and all this and you mean so much. But it's crazy. It's not, you know, like everything you could say, right? And except like the biggest thing you could say, but everything else. And I was just, again, I was like, that's not even a big deal to me. I'm not like that. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I in like outside the city, like it's not like something that I've never like I don't have a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like in that department, like outside of the city. So like I'm very laid back. It could just be like fun, like to be like that with something. And I just was like, this is cool. Like we're like that. You know what I mean? I like it. And then I get the text messages, and it's like there'll be one to this guy, Colino, right? That Harper Beckett's dating now.
Yeah.
And it's like not, hey, you're amazing, right? It's like a long 18-word sentence with specific compliments. And it's the exact same word for word email sent to me. And there's like multiples of that.
Oh. Oh.
Like, imagine reading a text from in the city to another person that's like, for example, like something just like this, like, do you know what makes me happy? You make me happy. You are wonderful and smart and amazing, like 7 compliments, and they're the same exact ones. And the same question and all this stuff. And I was like, oh my God, this is the fucking, who does that? Why would you do that with somebody? Like, why talk to somebody like that? If it's, then just do it here. That's so weird. Like, it wasn't weird to do it. Because like I said, I don't mind, like, at all. I don't really care. Like, it doesn't, as long as the person doesn't get like fucking crazy, it's fine. But like, why would you do that? Like, I just don't understand. Why would you email things like that to someone that I guess should have been here in the city, because it's obviously complete bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So it's so weird for me, because I'm reading the text and I'm reading that my ex-girlfriend was texting all these things while we were dating, saying, oh, I have the DA convinced that I'm innocent of this murder. he's gonna drop the charges for me. Like, I can convince him to do it. Like, if I tell him to, he'll do it. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm reading that here, and I'm like, wow. But then I'm reading it, and I'm like, wow. So it's both. Like, it's just double whammy in my head. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just crazy. Like
an internal sucker punch and then an external sucker punch.
Yeah, where it's just like, because, like, I already knew, let's say, in the back of my mind, just like, you know, in the back of my mind, let's say, I knew for a fact, almost as if I had spoken to, like, Harper, but I didn't, but I had a dream about it or something. But in the back of my mind, I knew for a fact, after she did all that, that was why she did it. Like, once she broke up with me, as soon as the murder investigation ended, I knew for a fact, like, I had a dream that she told me. So it wasn't all hidden. But the thing that was weird is, now today, you saw I was going to meet with Ava, and I met with Ava, and, you know, I'm trying to be positive since this relationship with Harper Beckett didn't work out. I was trying to have, this is why I'm dating a different kind of person, you know? She's like European and a cop. I was like, this is a totally different person, right? She's gonna have a totally different attitude than an American, like, criminal woman. So I was like, she's gonna be all, like, classy and calm, which she was, like, the first couple days or whatever. And then Bradford calls me about this case and wants to talk to me about it while I was, like, talking to Ava. And she's like, oh, fuck this shit. I was like, oh, I have to go talk to Bradford, you know, about this case. He says it's really important. She knows what case it's about, because I told Ava about the case as well, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And, because it would have been way too annoying to not just be able to talk to her about it, you know what I mean? So I told Ava about it, and so that she knew that's why I wanted to go talk to Bradford, and she's like, well, no, fine, it's whatever. Like, I was just gonna go to sleep anyway. I'm leaving the city. I'm not in the mood anyway. I'm not in the fucking mood for this, whatever. Like, just go talk to Bradford. Go do whatever you're gonna do. And, like, hangs up the phone and goes to sleep, and Harper Beckett wakes up. So it's just like, I don't understand, like, why a person would say all those things via email. Like, why would you do that? Like, I don't understand. And then it's like the same shit that you say in a text here in the city. Like, are you for real? Like, to other people. Like, who does that? So basically, she incriminated herself into this murder, said all this fucking shit about me that now the cops read, and they're cool, like, whatever. Like, they knew I was kind of doing, like, a little crazy thing, like, on purpose, because I was feeling a little crazy and, like, angsty. They were saying shit to me about it at the time, like, what are you going through, some kind of, like, midlife crisis or something, Mongo? Why are you acting so crazy lately? I was like, I don't know. I'm in a crazy mood. So they already knew I was, like, acting a little crazy. So, but they're reading these things where it's like, oh, I've convinced the DA to drop the charges. Like, I'm definitely under investigation. Like, imagine you were charged with murder, right? Or you heard you were under investigation for murder. What would your texts look like? Wouldn't they be like, you're never going to believe it, I've been accused of murder, or these crazy fucking cops think I murdered someone? Something like that, right?
Yeah, and if you really trusted the person, you would say it in person, far away from as many hearing ears as possible.
Yes.
You wouldn't leave it in a thing that can be evidence.
Well, people don't know, like, people until now. A lot of people forgot that we can get texts because the other cops, like, don't bother, but Bradford does. He's doing a really good job with this case. Like, he basically getting those texts, because, like I said, every normal person who was innocent would be like, listen to this shit. Like, the cops are saying I killed somebody. They wouldn't say they're trying to prove I killed that guy, or I'm under investigation for killing that guy. Like, to say it like that, I'm under investigation for killing that guy, but I've convinced the DA it wasn't me, and he'll drop the charges if I do get charged. Like, that sounds so guilty. Like, so she might wind
That
up
just
actually...
screams guilt.
What?
That just screams guilt.
Yeah. So, like, I think she may have actually texted herself into a murder charge. And because of her big mouth, first of all, like, that was never true anyway. And I certainly wouldn't have been doing it after we had broken up anyway. But, like, I doubt I would have ever actually dropped the charges anyway. I never said anything like that to her. But, you know, like, whatever, if that's what she thought. But the point is, it's funny, is by texting it, and by, when they brought her in for questioning, she said some shit about, like, oh, well, how could I have done this? I was on a date with the district attorney that night. And they were like, oh, is that so? And they already knew, because I already told them, like, I'm not fucking dumb. I already told them, you know, and Ronald Lyle's making all the decisions on the case, not me. I'm not an idiot. But I'm still allowed to see the evidence and stuff, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I watched the interviews. That's where I was. The new boyfriend was being interrogated this evening. And, like, she basically practically all but confesses in the text. Like, she says things that only a guilty person would say. And it's all about how she thinks she's so smart that she's got the DA tricked to be, like, willing to drop her charges and shit. And, like, the funny thing is, she's so dumb, like, but thinks she's so smart. Even if we were, like, still together, and let's just say I was crazy and I was actually willing to do that, now it would be impossible. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If the text didn't exist, that the fucking detective, like, they're not idiots. Like, yeah, I can do that, but, like, they're gonna go to, like, if I ever started doing some crazy shit like that, they're gonna go to, like, the Chief Justice and be like, oh, yo, we got to do something. Mongo's, like, out of control. He's just dropping charges left and right of people that he wants to. Like, you have to stop him. You know what I mean? So, like, ironically, by doing that, she made that impossible. Not that I would have anyway, but you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, it's just was kind of a big hit to find out that, I guess, number one, I'm an idiot. I don't know why I, like, went around my normal rule. I don't know why. It was something about the approach, you know? It was, like, very aggressive, but also very complimentary and very kind of, like, cute. You know what I mean?
Kind of like that bad girl kind of push vibe without seeming like a bad girl.
Yeah. And, like, so I broke my rule. This is where I wound up. Now, I suspect, even though everything was going perfectly fine between Ava Steele and myself, I suspect Ava Steele is probably going to break up with me after Harper Beckett gets charged with murder, which is very strange because I don't know what the connection would be, but that's pretty cool. In fact, I'm almost positive that that's what's going to happen. Or they're all going to die.
That's
also
very
really
possible.
Cool. Yeah. And that's my life. And this is could you imagine doing this to someone for 3 months maybe, but like 3 months, let's just say 3 months of all that kind of stuff, only to be like, you know, actually maybe it was all me blending to get, like, for what? Why? Like, what was it then? Like, who was saying it? You know what I'm saying? It's so weird. Like, if you're gonna, it's just strange to me because I wouldn't do that. Like, if I say something on there, like if I say to you, like, you're a great person, that's me really saying that, obviously. Like, I'm not just...
It's not like another character saying it.
Right. So it's just weird to do that. Like, I don't know why somebody would do that and not kind of like throw you a heads up that that's what they're doing. And then you'd be like, oh, okay, got it. That's fine. I've had people who were like, I like to communicate on this email. So, like, we're going to do that just between me and you. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. It's fine. You know what I mean? And we just chat about, like, whatever, the day's events and whatever's going on. You know what I mean? That sort of thing.
Second jobs, things like that.
Yeah, people that I'm friends with. And like, if you say something in there, it usually means something. It's not like, you know, how people
It's
are
not
in text.
whimsy.
Yeah. So it's just crazy. Like, so I just learned, me, the poor innocent district attorney, the clueless innocent district attorney, I just learned a couple hours ago that my ex-girlfriend, who like messed with me back and forth like 3 times, vanishing and reappearing and saying the nicest things ever, and that was want to spend her whole fucking life with me and set up all businesses together and all this crazy shit, was making it all up, and the entire time was texting another guy behind my back, like dating him at the same time, and saying, oh, I got the DA, like, you know, wrapped around my finger. Now all the police are reading that, which, like I said, luckily I carry like a certain respect. If I was like the wrong person, it would be like devastating. But like nobody even seems to give a shit, to be honest with you, which is kind of cool, because I think I've just earned. It's been a long time I've been the DA. Like, it's just like it is what it is. Like, I don't know what to tell you. That's what she texted. It doesn't mean any of it's true anyway. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's no proof of any of the things, and she'll be seeing very soon. I will not be dropping the fucking charge for her. I can tell you that much right now. Quite the opposite. Like, it's a bad person when you're a criminal. To wrong is the DA.
Yep.
I wind up reading all your cell phone records. Like, who would expect? Who's ever gonna read your cell phone records in this city?
Apart from a really, like, determined detective, who then passes them on to the DA and everyone that's needed.
So you would think, of all people, if you're going to be sneaking behind the DA's back, you would have a little bit more respect that he's not a complete idiot, and that one day, like, if you're going to be committing crimes, somebody might look at your cell phone records, and you know who's going to see them? The DA. But nope, everybody gets real comfortable. They get used to the cops not working that hard sometimes when they're, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And they get lazy, and this is what happens. So now, because of those texts, I think there's a good chance she's going to be charged with murder. My personal life is going to fall apart. And, yeah, like, I'm pretty sure my police officer girlfriend, who's telling me that she loves me, quote, and, like, wants to move in with me and get married to me and everything else. Oh, here in the city.
Mm-hmm.
But everything else short of that via email. I suspect that now that same girlfriend is going to hate me. Like, not
for no apparent reason.
Right. I know, because I've already received emails from Harper Beckett talking about maybe I should just turn myself in, fuck all this shit, and blah 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 blah, like very angry at everything that's happening. So it's just like,
I mean,
that was my day.
Jasper had same kind of problems with Ava.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
That does not surprise me.
Like, very possessive, very strong-willed.
I mean, I'm being honest with you. I'm very reasonable, but like, she's just kind of like, just like really, like, a bitch. Like, I'm sorry to use that term, like, you know, but she just is. Like, and then the thing though that makes you overlook it is when she's being nice, she turns nice to like a whole new level. Like, it's like level 11 nice. But then at a moment's notice, something you say or something, whatever, it gets turned down to a 0 immediately. 11 0, 11 0, 11 0, back and forth, and that's what gets you. If that, like, I don't know, like, triggers something in your brain. It's weird, where you like want the 11, and even when you're the type of person who wouldn't normally do it, you'll like go the extra step and be like, oh no, wait, you know what I mean? Like, that shit that like you would never do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because then the 11 comes back, and the 11 is very nice, and that's what you like, is the 11. But then you start to realize which one is real, or is neither one real? Is the 11 just sort of like something like a gift that you get for doing what you're told. Is it even real? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, I'm starting to realize. And it's weird because this relationship with Ava kind of reminds me of, it was like a little bit better. Like you could tell she was making like a concerted effort. And again, this is why I felt like, because of our communications via email, we discussed a lot of stuff. And like Ava Steele seemed to be trying extra hard to not have a temper, but like she just couldn't. Like it lasted for like 2 days, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then she's just never around. Like she just started basically hanging out with or not being around. She would be like in her house in the city, but like not around.
Yeah.
And then I'm always seeing, you know, my ex running around with the Colino guy. Like, and it was all just specifically laid out, like differently. And then it just immediately went to a different way. You know what I mean? So naturally, I started complaining a little bit. And then you know how that gets, and you're like, I don't know if this is really worth the aggravation. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's really a shame because I don't know, like I said, with Quinn, like back in the day, like she left the city months ago, and we still talk, and like we get along great, and like we still make each other laugh and like just chat. Hey, what's going on? So you know, like talk about things. So I just thought it would probably just turn into something like that. You know what I mean? Which is fine. Like that's good. But instead, like I don't know. I literally can't tell when someone emails you something that seems very specifically tailored to you, and then you read the text from this murder investigation to a boyfriend here, like that my ex sent. It's weird. How could my ex and my current girlfriend write the exact same thing? It's crazy. It's so weird. And that just makes you be like,
what the
you
fuck's...
don't know if every single thing that the person has ever said was actually a lie. It was all fake. Even though they basically like did everything to indicate to you that it was not fake, that it just was anyway. I'm like, why would somebody do that? I guess I just don't understand because I'm not like that. Why anyone would ever do that? I really don't.
Oh, you've
Like,
got
what did I do to deserve that?
You've got an exciting couple of days ahead of you then?
Probably. Like, during this is all going on, I'm doing that. Like, dude, I'm just so nice. Like, I can't even explain. like, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to mention other things, but you first.
I literally made a little video of like all of this epic saga, like the history, with like a little song in the background, and like, you know, gave it to Ava, and she like cried and was like, oh, you know, I fucking love you, blah blah blah, and everything. And then, you know, as soon as like I was like talking about, you know, I feel like you're never around, but like I always see my ex around all the time, and like I'm very happy to be with you, not my ex, of course. But you understand, it's weird when you break up with someone and then you see them with a new person like 5 days a week, and then you're only seeing your girlfriend 2 days a week, and you're just a little jealous of that, like the time and everything. And then, you know, she was all like, oh yeah, well, you know, I'm very busy because, you know, I haven't liked being a cop for a while and everything. And it just immediately got weird. Like, it just immediately changed from everything that I thought. And then I just felt like really dumb for even letting it get that far. You know what I mean? And I still do. I just feel really stupid because all I did was stress myself out, basically. And yeah, I had a bunch of laughs. So that was great. Like, sometimes great, like gut-busting laughs and stuff. But then so much stress and aggravation, man.
I mean, I feel like I can relate to some of that. Tony
I bet you can, actually, yeah.
Tony and I are currently moving apart from each other. Like, it is really, he stopped coming in the city as much, and it felt like I was seeing Cue Ball a lot more.
Yes.
And at first it was fine, it was like, yeah, sure, whatever, like, and then Tony stopped coming on like duty or just coming into this away out of the house, and it got less and less. I was like, can we spend some time in the city once a week maybe? Can we do that? Is that possible? It's like, yeah, we can do that. And then it started, that was before everything started, and then it got less and less.
And then Jazzy.
And then I saw Cue Ball, and it was fine. But Cue Ball came along, then Jazzy arrived with Cue Ball. Like, Jazzy arrived into Cue Ball's life. And bam, suddenly my husband isn't out of his house.
Yeah, like ever.
Ever. And then the charge happened, but even before that, it was bam, and it was kind of like, we've known each other since the end of August, and I'd spent so much time with him, and I like him as there was an external force that liked him as a friend, and I'd stated that. Like, it was almost like an outer personality is engaged to someone else, and made that very clear, but it's also made it very clear that liked them as a friend, and liked the role play that they had, even on different personalities and things like that. But as soon as Cue Ball got Jazzy, change. Like, it's kind of, I saw Cue Ball go from this really energetic person, really bouncy, really sociable with everybody, to nothing. To spending all the time with Jazzy.
Yep.
And they would go off for hours on end without saying a word. And it's not just me that noticed that, it was other people as well. And I presume you've noticed it.
I have, yeah. I also noticed they posted the thing on the government website about the rough sex they want to have and shit. And I was like, nice, that's lovely. But I get it, right? We all get it. We don't have to take everything super serious. But come on, I don't know. Am I crazy? I feel like you understand because you're on the other side. Can we still treat each other like human beings though? Come on, you know damn well that there's a certain point where, yes, this is a very freewheeling state on the West Coast where we're all very supposed to be very laid back about our life, right? But I'm just saying, I think we all know we're still humans. You could do things in a way that's a lot nicer. It's just sometimes it's just such a dickhead thing to do, and every time I've never seen that work in the year that I've been in this city. I've never seen a person who was trying to do that multiple different people. It never works. They always wind up with just one of the people, or everybody splits up. And everybody thinks it's just a little selfish, in my opinion. Because think of it this way. This might be a weird analogy, but you'll understand what I mean. Imagine you and I. Let's say you were. This will make sense. Let's say you were in prison, and you were getting ready to get out, and for a whole fucking month, you and I are emailing each other while you're in prison how we're going to restart the Vagos gang, and it's going to be great, and it's going to be the Vagos, and we're picking out colors, and what's our little gang uniform going to be. Let's draw out what our territory we're going to take over, and we're recruiting people, and everybody's painting all their cars yellow. And then you get out of prison, and you I'm in the Vagos, but I also joined Grove Street. And everybody's just kind of well, why? I don't understand. So you're not going to pay enough attention to Grove Street or the Vagos, is what you're saying. Why would you be in two gangs at once? That doesn't make any sense. Like, it's the same thing. So, like, think of it this way. The Grove Street robs a bank on Monday and Tuesday, and now Wednesday comes around, and the Vagos are like, hey, man, we're going to rob a bank. It's been a week since we robbed a bank. And you're like, nah, I'm not in the mood. Yeah, of course you're not in the mood, because you just fucking robbed a bank the previous 2 days with another gang. Why did you join another gang? Like, I don't understand. Why did we spend a month setting up this gang?
And it's not like, because you're the only one that's brought it to their attention before, because actually what's happening is destroying, it's kind of, what's happened is destroyed that external, like, personality. It's had a real impact on that.
Yeah.
Because suddenly everything that you had has suddenly gone. And yeah, you don't want to bring the views of the other people to that person. You're the only one saying it, though. You're the only one saying, this is happening. This has happened. But because you're
and she does not like it when it's pointed out.
Like,
and it's like, why don't you just take responsibility for what you're doing instead of bitching and saying, oh, why you guilt trip? Like, I'm not guilt tripping to say, like, you shouldn't take someone and have them invest months and so many hours of their time. Like, there's a point where it's kind of a dickhead thing, like, to, you know, like, come on, like, where are you? You're not around, and, like, you literally planned this out for a long time about how you were gonna, like, imagine someone telling you, you know, like, they literally got rid of someone that worked for you who was all about you, by the way. Like, Summer Fable, she never said it, but I'm not an idiot. Like, she was, like, all about me, and only Summer Fable was in the city. There was nobody similar to her at the time. So why you chase off someone like that to just come and fuck with me, and that's just so shitty. You know what I mean? Like, it's a really shitty thing to do to somebody. Why would you do that?
But it's kind of, in my case, it's the fact that they haven't realized how bad it is, because nobody else has gone up and said, "This, you've done this. This has happened."
I guess Jasper never did.
I think Jasper ended up in arguments with Ava. In my case, I know that Jasper went and had arguments with Ava. In my case, like, I know of multiple people that have said this external person has changed because of this other person. And it's solely as soon as this other person appeared.
Yep. And that's exactly what it was. It was this other guy started coming around, and Harper Beckett started dating him. And then all of a sudden, like, it's weird because I can read her text messages. It's literally, I used to get the same text messages, like, on a daily basis. Just even if it was one, even if we didn't see each other. It would be like, at least there would always be like these nice text messages, and they're very specific. And then I see them immediately begin to just be sent to the other person, and then they stopped coming to me. And it's just weird because I must have asked her 10 times to just be honest.
What the heck?
Well,
What the hell's happening here?
This is really awkward. Don't mind us. I really don't even know what's going on in here.
What the fuck is going on here?
We're walking outside.
Oh, God.
Why are you in here?
What the fuck?
Why
So much for a private place.
No, normally people don't come in here at all.
That's so funny.
Ironically, the one time I need it to remain.
I know, right? They definitely can't hear us outside.
No, if you look at your GPS at the moment, like, if we had a lunch break, we would be
there's
back.
Definitely nobody around here.
Yeah, if we had a lunch break, we would have to go straight through those doors as quickly as possible.
Right. Oh God, Harper Beckett is calling me right now.
Oh,
Should
lovely.
I even answer?
Leave it for the moment. Just say that you were in an important meeting. I feel like this is needed.
It is. I was gonna answer and put it on speaker, but I don't know if should I do that.
Do you want to handle all that hassle at the moment?
No, actually, I don't. Oh my god, how many times is she gonna let it ring?
Good question. But yeah, it's just this.
Oh my god. See what I'm dealing with? But this is to see. Here's the thing. This is to bitch and moan about. Oh, there we go. This is to bitch and moan about the case. I don't get those many rings. I don't get nothing like that when it's like to say hello. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Then it's like if it's to say hello, if I don't answer the phone, I get like this like evil treatment.
I mean, I'm trying, like this external force is trying to still remain as like friendly as possible with but this other person's just changing and it becomes very, very hard to maintain it.
I would imagine that, like from what I know of who you're talking about, I would imagine if, you know, if it goes the other way.
But if it was only me seeing, like, if it was only me seeing these things, and I would be like, okay, maybe it's just me. But it's not. Like,
well, like I've been around the city long enough to know I've seen this happen a million times. I just, oh my god, she's calling me again.
I mean, we can't even silence our phones, which is annoying.
I know. What I should have done is, like, I could call a person that's like dead and just leave the phone.
Or put 000 in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Might be worth doing that when she finishes this one.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Thunderstorm.
Okay, I'm just gonna be holding my phone now, I guess.
If you put it on hold, you shouldn't.
I think that makes you hang up, doesn't it?
No, it flex your F1 muscle.
Yeah, it made me hang up.
Really?
Yeah, I think it like used to work. I don't know.
Ring me.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
So,
but I understand where
like,
you're coming from.
Like, yeah, people, I guess, notice that kind of stuff, and like, I don't know. I've been in the city long enough to know I've seen that same thing happen, like multiple times. You know, that same story. Every time. Harry Diggler was like one of my best friends in the city. He got married to Victoria Davidson. Then Medina Spiro started coming around, like banging everybody all over the place. And Harry Diggler left the city, and Victoria Davidson died. So, and that's like one of so many times. It just it happens every time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And yet people still, like, try to be like, no, I'm just gonna do it this way. Like, you're not, though. You know what I mean? Like, you're not. That's the thing.
There are so many people that get hurt by those actions, and they don't realize them.
Yeah, it just sucks.
The ones who look for the long-term plans and everything else, and feel like they have one, like, big personality that they focus on.
Yeah, like, I actually believe that Ava Steele would like to be, like, potentially, whatever, like, married to the DA. But, like, her idea, I think, of how that works is, like, that she just comes around whenever the hell she feels like it. And I'm supposed to do something that I said I would never, ever do in this city. Like, for somebody that's barely even going to be around and shit. Like, I don't think so. Like, you have to... Like, I'm not... And, dude, I'm so I have like the coolest, nicest ideas. Like I feel like such a sucker. Like I'm so stupid. But imagine if you were gonna. This is just hypothetical. I'm getting off topic, but I do this. Imagine like if I was gonna propose to someone, right? And I'm the DA, and I could get this done. I definitely could get this done. And I have like the police pull up in like blacked out SUVs with like SWAT gear on or something, and like pick the girl up, and get her in the car, and like take her to like a helipad or something, put her on a police helicopter, like fly her out to like the top of a mountain and drop. Could you imagine how awesome that would be? That would be like legendary, and I could actually make that happen. And so like this is the kind of stuff that like I was thinking about, and like I do little smaller stuff than that, but like that's how I am. And every time I do that stuff, you know, she's all very very nice and oh, that's so sweet and blah 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 blah. You're like the sweetest man ever, but all in like the emails. And then okay, well then if that's the case, then what's going on like 5 days a week? I don't understand. And how come now I see your goddamn texts? I can't say this to her like in email because it would be weird. But it's like I see your fucking text, you weirdo. You're sending the same exact shit to somebody else. Like that's fucked up, man. That is fucked up. So my point is I put in so much effort, and like you said, like the person talks to you like they have future plans and they have this idea, and like I believe she may want now once Harper Beckett gets arrested and charged with murder, then I think maybe Ava Steele suddenly isn't going to want to talk to me. But that hasn't happened yet. So I would guess Ava Steele might be like really nice to me like tomorrow or something, or I don't even know. I'm going to like hide because I don't want to get like hexed again or beguiled. You know what I mean? I don't
Come
wanna
ride
get
with me on duty.
Yeah, like I just don't want to be beguiled again. And that's what'll happen. All of a sudden, this person that's been missing like for the past few weeks is going to be back. And now I know like she is a really like good, and it's fine. I'm capable of like if I really wanted to like right now, I could like cry and like make it like very serious and everything, but like I don't know, nobody wants that. But like so I respect that. Some people are capable of being like a very good like actor. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Some can't. Some people would never. But I would never use that in that context.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Because it crosses a line where the person, I just don't think you should do that to people. So like, I would never do that to someone. And I could never imagine like, if I wanted something here in the city, tricking someone in email. Wow. Like, that's crazy. And like, I knew it. And I gave permission. Because I wanted it to have an interesting little thing happen in my life. I was bored. I was like, whatever, I just thought to myself, let's say, whatever Harper's going to do, she's going to do. Maybe she's trying to use me for some kind of, reason, or maybe she actually is interested in me. It's interesting and exciting to see which it is and what happens. So that part wasn't necessarily like a secret. The secret was during that, it wasn't Harper saying all the nice things. I was getting emails, and like, then I read the texts, and that was the final thing. So I just don't know why a person would, you see what I'm saying? Like, so many signals were sent that I thought this person could be trusted, because we were kind of not giving any spoiler, like, but we were just, I knew there was a chance Harper Beckett might be conning me in some fashion, but nobody told me anything about, while you're out on a date with me, texting a guy, oh, I'm out with Mongo right now, but I can't wait to see you. Like, that's not cool. That bothers me when you're saying that.
That's actively that's cheating and using and abusing.
Yeah. And like, I know she's used to dating Tanner O'Neill, and now this stupid idiot guy who like sells cocaine in Polito when there's one cop on duty. That's all he does all day long. So if she wants to go live up in Polito and sell cocaine all day long, Harper Beckett. The guy just got arrested last night. That's how I know all of this. If that's what she wants to do with her life, like, okay, I guess, but like, I guess she wasn't used to dating someone that might actually be able to like read all her text messages one day. Because now she's calling me like crazy. She knows now, because in the interrogation they told Derek Colino, they're reading these to him. Oh, and I have the DA convinced of this and that, and so he's already out and told her that like now I, Rick Mongo, know what she did, and I've read all the texts. So now all of a sudden she's calling me a whole bunch of times and stuff, and I think she thought she was like smarter than me and had some sort of big like power to be like, oh, the DA this and that. Like, well, you're not as smart as you think. Like, I know the law very well, and I have done absolutely nothing that's actually like wrong or illegal in any way, shape, or form. I did not do anything that would give her any way to like blackmail me or anything. I may or may not have said I might do stuff for her, but that would have been a conversation that was just between the two of us, and maybe I was just bullshitting. Maybe I was just trying. If I went to court, I'd be like, I was just trying to get laid. I wasn't really going to do that, obviously. Like, that's what I would say in court. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, as a defense, that's not really the way I am, but, you know, I'm a lawyer, so I try to think of what sounds believable. And if you make yourself out to be like a dick, people think, well, he must be telling the truth because he sounds like a dick in the story. So the point is, I think
Note to self: if I ever need to go to court, if I'm ever held it for reasons and have to go to court, make myself sound like a dick. Noted.
Yeah, like if you're gonna give some sort of confession and you want it to be believable, you have to put like number one, like if it's a lie, you have to give like a little bit of truth in every lie to like make a cop like believe it, to make it believable, and then you know, you like, if you self-deprecate or something or admit to something like that would be embarrassing, people don't like. Imagine if I'm trying to give an alibi how I didn't murder somebody, right? And I'm like, I didn't kill him, dude. Like, I know I was with my girlfriend. They're like, yeah, but she said you left for an hour and you wouldn't tell her where you were going. Now, if I said, well, the reason I didn't tell her, but maybe I really killed the guy during that hour, right? And then I just came back home. But now if I say to the cop, listen, man, I didn't want to say anything because I was having like a problem and I had to go pick up like, you know, some pills, if you will, like that I have in the glove compartment of a car. Like, you have to, has to be somewhere other than the pharmacy where they could check. But if you were like, I was getting like Viagra pills, all right, Jesus Christ, like, and you act like they forced it out of you after some time and shit, like, you're good. Like, no cop won't believe that. They'll just be like, oh, this guy's definitely telling the truth. Who the hell would admit to that? So generally speaking, yeah, that works really well. If you embarrass yourself in your lie and it's all a lie, it makes it sound believable, you know, because who makes up embarrassing lie?
No, you make a lot. Most people try to make a lie that makes them sound like good as gold.
Right.
And perfect.
Or just clueless.
Yep.
What? I don't understand anything. Like, yes, you do. So, I think she thinks or thought that she was like really smart and had all this leverage over me, but there's always other people that worked at my office, and I always knew that if she got charged with this murder, I would just assign Ronald Lyle to it. Now, if I'm being honest, if we were like together and none of this crazy shit had come out, maybe I would have said to Lyle, like, listen, Lyle, you got to do you, man. This is your decision 100%. You're the assistant district attorney. Welcome to the captain's chair. You now have to be the captain for this case. You can do whatever you want to do with it. But I'm asking you, try to look at it extra fair. Like, if there's any way you could be fair and not give this person like the death penalty or something, do it. Or if you could work out a plea deal, look at the other plea deals we've done with other people and try to make it fair like that. Like, just treat her the same. Like, don't be harsh. And that's reasonable to ask.
Yep.
But now, I'm probably going to give it to Ronald Lyle, and I'm going to tell him this whole story, like, or at least a lot shorter version of it, like the simple part about Harper Beckett, and then Harper Beckett dumped me, and now I got the texts that she was only dating me as a scam. I want him to know that because he's like my best friend. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I know, of course, we're supposed to, in our job, always make decisions based on like the facts, but again, we're all human, and he'll be fair, but I know him knowing that he's going to be like, oh, is that so? Is that what she did?
And charge you with what you can.
Because I think she's like very scared and almost like wants to just confess now, because this cop is good. I really like Bradford. It's fun having him as a change of pace because he interrogates people exactly like cops usually do. And I don't know if you're familiar with, do you know who Bradford is?
I've kind of seen him about. I've not actually had the pleasure of being able to like ride with him
Well,
or work.
He transferred here from like the NYPD. Like
really?
that was his second job. So, or somewhere in that region. So he's questioning people and he's doing like a really good job. You know what I mean? Like he's getting things out of people and everything. And it's so refreshing for me to work with somebody like that because
they have
I
professional
have
standards as well.
Yeah. And I already have like a natural knack, like, you know, for getting information out of people and getting people to confess anyway. But he has such proven, tried and true, like, police tactics. And they work so good. Like, he's got them all freaking out, threatening them with all these crazy things like cops do. You know what I mean? Threatening them with all these investigations. And he's got them turning on each other. He's, like, reading the texts to her
and
current boyfriend.
He's not beating a dead
What were you
horse
saying?
thread. He's not beating a dead horse kind of threat like
Right.
Kelly did with Medina and the kids.
Right.
Oh, there goes Lex.
To her boyfriend, and he's really going at it, like, seriously, like, it was really fun to watch, actually, even though it involved me, and I was like, wow, the whole time, like, as I was hearing some of the texts, it was fun to watch. Like, that's what I was watching when I was texting you. He was just going at him so hard and like really trying to, and she's texting things about him, like incriminating stuff. And he's reading it all and he's like, look, your girlfriend's basically like ratting on you, like, well, and he started getting upset, and I was like, oh my God, it's like actually working. Like, it almost worked. For a half a second, he almost ratted on her. Like, he fucking thought about it. I know, with all I could tell. He was so close to actually ratting on her when he started making him jealous. And like, reading him the other text that she had sent me, and reading him all the stuff she said about him and his gang, and oh, it's structured like this, and this guy, and he was like, what the fuck? And he's like, so thank you, Harper Beckett, for my RICO case that I'm gonna bring against you, sir. And the guy started freaking out, like, what do you mean RICO case? He's like, that's right, I don't know if you're familiar with me, but I'm a little bit different than some of the other cops. He was like doing a great job. He's like, I'm gonna bring down your whole fucking organization. I'm gonna charge all of you with murder. If you don't fucking tell me which one of you pulled the trigger, I'm going to charge your whole group under RICO with murder. All four of you, your whole little gang. And then you can all sit and rot in prison for a month. And I wonder how the DA's office is going to feel when they find out and they read this evidence of these text messages of the things that you're saying about our beloved DA. I was like, this guy's the best, man.
And maybe Kelly could take a few pointers from him.
Yeah, it just made me cough. I'm like drinking water. It went down the wrong pipe because I'm laughing. He's like, and you know, of course he won't be handling this because he's now like sort of a conflict of interest. But I'm sure his staff, who as far as I know, look up to and adore him, are going to be reading this. And let's see how fast they are to grant you bond and stuff like that. I think you're going to be going in for the 9s. And I don't know, have you seen how long he's like, Mr. Colino, have you seen how long it can take for a murder case to go to trial in this state? Do you have any idea how long you're going to be rotting in prison while Harper Beckett's out banging Tanner O'Neill? I was like, this is fucking amazing.
I mean, what's the longest somebody's been in Holden for in this state? On the
Baby
nice.
Bertha Wallace, to be honest.
What was that, like 3 months?
Yeah, like, it wouldn't be that long, but even imagine that's a serious thing just to be like, well, see you in 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Because I got news for you.
Even if it's not an average thing, the fact that you can go, you're going to be you're going to be in jail as long. Did you see that Bertha Wallace case? She was in for 3 months and still no court date.
And I've threatened people with I try not to do that because I feel bad using that against people.
But if they're not going to crack...
God.
Is she texting you now?
Of course. But so is... Oh, I missed one from Bradford as well. Hold on. Sorry.
Don't worry about it.
So, now here's my other thing I was thinking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now this is like I want to hear your opinion from what you do for a living.
Okay.
Because, like, I like told the cop that like Bradford this, and he loves it, and like. Just think about how epic this would be, but I'm curious from your point of view what you think of this. Imagine if, considering all these facts that I've explained to you, imagine if I were to... This is a secret now. This is really classified. Don't ever tell anyone this. As the DA, I can actually put on a tracker and wear body cam. But, like, no one knows that. I can go clock in at the police department. And I have a tracker and a body cam, like, which would be admissible in court. What could you imagine if I went and met with her and I was like, and remember, she kind of deserves this. I would normally never do this. But imagine for a moment if I talk to her and I start like basically almost crying and shit and being like, listen, I love you. Like, just like you told me not long ago, you love me. I love you. I don't want you to go to prison. Like, please, I don't care if I lose my job. All I care about is you. I'll give it all up for you. Like, I love you more than life itself, but you gotta be honest with me. Just tell me the truth and I can help you. And get her to... Could you imagine if I did that and I was like fucking really selling it? And believe me, I would. And then she confessed and I was like, okay, move in, like on the radio. Would that not be the most epic thing ever? Or do you think it's just too much?
No, I think that's perfect. Like, that is perfect for what that needs. I think it's manipulation of emotions, admittedly, but it's not enough to create the possibility of a false confession or affect, like, have the detrimental effect of their mental health. Is the floor nice?
Oh, I feel like I'm on the couch, but that's
for me
okay.
it feels like you're on the rug. So but even like there's not enough in there that there's the detrimental effects of...
Oh no, that's a very valid confession. I just meant from your I didn't mean more like from a legal standpoint. I know that's a very legal confession. It's more from your expertise as a person and with people and being like a counselor and all that stuff. Do you think maybe it would be better if I didn't do that and sort of distanced myself? Or do you think it would be better to do that? Because first of all's fair, number one. And number two, could be very cathartic, but I don't know what sort of reaction that's going to cause. Like with Ava and outside the city and stuff. You know what I mean?
My question is, would you be prepared for that?
Like, I don't want to deal with that shit. I dealt with that once. That's what made me not want to talk to people anymore, because somebody called me one time that used to work for me and was like, oh, I would like to take you out on a date. And actually, Tony Hall was on speakerphone with them. And I was like, oh, I think we should keep it professional. And then they started literally, like, threatening me. Like, sending me things, emails saying that I'll report you for this and that to the government. And I was just like, what is happening right now? So I was like, I'm never even going to be, like, at first, for a little while, I was like, I wouldn't even, like, talk to anybody. Like, I was just like, get away from me. But then I, like, eased up, and I was like, now I'm just a better judge of character. And I really thought, like, I should have known, you know, like, sometimes you don't go with your gut, you know? And I can't tell you how many times in my life, both in this city and before I moved here outside of this city, I can't tell you how many times my gut is always fucking right. And yet I do not listen to it so many times, and I never fucking learn. I never learn. And my gut is always right, man. I'm never, like, my gut feeling, when I don't follow it, I always regret it. And yet sometimes, and I had a gut feeling that this was a bad fucking idea. As soon as the first couple times I hung out with her and her temper part came out, like, I know the difference between somebody who's just acting like they're mad and somebody who's really mad. I'm not fucking stupid. You know what I mean? And I was like,
there's a distinct difference.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, this is disturbingly, like, harsh and serious, like, real, just immediate with the cursing. And I just don't really talk to people like that in this, like, since I've moved here. I never really said to anybody, like, in anger, like, you motherfucking piece of shit, blah, blah. I just don't talk to people like that. I don't know. That's just me. So, first time...
Nobody should.
No one ever has talked to me like that either, except, ironically, one time Tony started cursing me off when I didn't want the medics coming down into the old MRPD, because sometimes they would just stand outside of, like, an interrogation room, and at the time, everyone was magically finding out who all the informants were, and at the time, it just had to be kept so secret. I used to make Kelly unplug her body cam just to come down and talk to, like, informants. So I just couldn't tell the medics to unplug their body cams. And so anyway, I sidetracked, but since you are one, I wanted you to know it was nothing personal.
That's fine.
And all I said was they just should only be there if there's a call. They shouldn't be, like, down in interrogation, listening to an interrogation, if there's no reason for that. And so he got very upset and we got in an argument. Then he said that to me one time, and then her. Like Harper Beckett, Ava Steele, and Tony Hall. And Tony Hall only said it once. And then, you know, after some time went by, we get along fine now. And so basically Harper Beckett and Ava Steele are the only two people who've ever talked to me like that. And I was just taken so off guard by it. But then she's just they're both so nice when they want to be. That's what tricked me.
It's...
So, like, I kind of want to get her to confess to me to murder. I feel like I might be able to.
If you feel you can withstand that, then do it.
But I'm not sure that she would take it with the same, like, spirit that I'm taking it. You know what I mean?
I think you're going to feel that either way. It's either going to happen that way or it's going to happen the other way.
It's inevitable.
It's inevitable. It depends how soon you want it, I think.
Yeah, because it's already been moved on to the other guy. Like, there's only one person that people pay that sort of attention to, and it's already been switched to someone else. And she made so many arguments. No, that's not the case. Like, listen. Like, it's very obvious. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you just need to decide how soon you want it. If you don't mind it coming, like, when you do it sooner, then go with it. If you want to delay yourself to prepare yourself emotionally, do it later. Like, don't do it.
I'm trying to figure which is better.
Some would say ripping off the band-aid is better to do it.
Because then you think to yourself, well, if I wait, is it because I'm so... And, like, I just refuse to be, like, sort of that type of guy, like, pathetic. And I'm not going to be a guy who, after finding all this out, is like, oh, well, maybe this... Like, no. I think I know the truth. It very obviously, you know, is in front of my face, and I'd have to be a real sucker to let myself fall back into it if, like, she was nice to me again or something. You know what I mean? Because right now, Harper Beckett is texting me, and let me tell you, Harper Beckett is the kind of person who, like, I've bought body armor from her and stuff, which is legal. And she'll be like, hey, are you around? I have body armor. Listen, I don't have time for this shit. You want to buy it or not? Now I'm getting like, hey, can you please call me? Like, it's very important. Like, well, because now she's afraid that she's going to be charged with murder. She's freaking out because Bradford is such a good cop. And he said a bunch of things to Derek Colino that he has already relayed to Harper. And she's texting me, do I have a warrant for murder? Am I charged with murder? Are they looking for me? Like, and that's exactly what he wanted, was for her to start flipping out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I feel bad because I don't think I shouldn't be... I don't want to lower myself down to a level that I don't want to be at, but I am getting... I mean, even, you know, listen, I'm the district attorney, Rick Mongo. That's me, obviously. Nice to meet you. We've met. Like, I'm personally getting enjoyment out of this. Like, I am personally getting a little bit of enjoyment out of this, but does that make me like a bad person?
No.
Medina?
No, I just said no.
No, I just heard Medina.
What? I did not.
Hold on. Medina.
Oh. What?
Do you hear me, Medina? I don't know what's going on right now.
Hold on. Medina?
Let me email Medina real quick.
What the fuck? I'm just gonna do something quick.
Oh, it might be because of the phone call.
Maybe?
Let's try. I've seen that happen before.
See if Harper Beckett
God damn it.
try bringing it down.
I still hear Medina.
I heard Medina and like the echoes of your voice. But I've not heard her. Certainly don't see her.
I just want to make sure she doesn't hear me. So just waiting. I texted her.
I mean, I look at things now and kind of go, I'm looking at a certain office and already I see something that was totally unusual.
You do?
If I look at a certain office when we use dispatch, further up,
What do you see?
I see a J and a G. A J and a T.
Oh, okay. I think I know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. But you know what's really gonna suck?
What?
I'm pretty sure Tony's gonna fall in love with another person. With a new rookie.
You think?
Yep.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if, like I said, if, Harper Beckett gets charged with murder, and then Ava Steele breaks up with me and falls in love with someone else, or they all die. one of those scenarios. It's just like, okay. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. Thanks for the 3 months of wasted time. And you're probably right. You're in like the same boat.
What's September? 3 months, 4 months, about 4 to 5
You're
months.
longer. Yeah, you're a little bit longer than me. Like, ironically, Ava and I have only been dating for 2 weeks, but even Frank Wesker was like, what are you talking about? Why is she saying like I love you and everything? And we were like, we've kind of been dating for 3 months. It's complicated. So you understand when somebody talks like that and shit, you think they're being serious.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, like it's because that doesn't make sense. Like, no, we haven't then. Either we have or we haven't, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if we have, then that means that you were being serious. So I just think it's kind of fucked up to it's better to just be real clear about that. And I don't give a shit. If that was the way it was going to be, then that's the way it would have been. And I would have gone into it like that. And then I wouldn't even care. It would be like a completely different vibe. I would just be like, whatever. Like whatever. Like if if I was a bank robber and a guy that I robbed banks with just like stopped coming around, I'd be like, all right, well, we'll replace him. You know what I mean? Like, I liked him. What a shame. Anyway, moving on. But that's the thing. Just tell me that. It's shitty. I asked. And I was told a million times, like, no. It's more. And I'm like, but it's like 100% not. And I don't like people like that who...
I mean, how long did it take for Tony and I to just fall in love? Like, forever for this city. It was a month before we even started dating.
That's kind of like what happened with me and her. Well, me and Harper. We talked via email for a while.
But it was things like we talked via email, we spent a lot of time in game, in city.
Like, I'd see her here, but rarely because she was, a criminal, and I'm the DA. What? Medina?
She's not here.
I hear her again, though. She's not paying attention to her fucking emails.
But yeah, I just... Hold on.
I mean, I guess we should just I guess we'll hang up the phone. I'm pretty sure that's what's causing it. My phone call must just be crossed with hers.
Possibly. I've sent her a text.
But I just then I don't feel like listening to the phone ring over and over. And then if I hang up when the calls come, they'll either just be a spam calls or then a bunch of nasty, like, toxic text messages from Harper. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't want to deal with it. I think I'm just too nice. Like, people think I'm not, who don't know me very well. But then once people get to know me, I'm actually very nice. Seems to, like, surprise people.
Make everyone jealous, just go out together. Nope. I mean...
Wait, what did you just say?
It was a joke.
No, I didn't even hear you.
just go out together. Let's just go out together and make everyone jealous. But
Oh, it definitely would. It definitely would. Maybe we should.
let me see how Tony is after this, because
Like, maybe just one day, like, you know, we'll just, like, go somewhere. It would be funny if we went somewhere that we knew, like, people would see. And just, like, what? Oh, just, you know. What do you mean? Just hanging out.
I think people would be very kind of, what the fuck's going on?
Oh, I bet. But, especially knowing Tony, I don't want to fucking deal with him, like, either. I gotta make sure that everything is all... I'm not dealing with that shit for the next 4 months of my life. Every court case, and you know what I mean? Every other thing. So, like, I just gotta make sure that he, like, wouldn't flip out or anything. Like, because I just don't want to deal with that. But it seems like he probably wouldn't. Like, he's kind of...
He's made his choice.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I'm in the same boat. Like, I don't think...
He's says, let's talk after this court case with Joe and everything. But he's made his choice. He's made his bed, and nothing I say or do will convince him any otherwise. There may be a point in the future where things do change, and if Jazzy suddenly disappears...
It's funny, right? Because you think to yourself, like... like, I thought to myself, especially in the position that I'm in, and knowing that the two of them probably committed a murder together. I'm not really sure which one did, but they did it. I'm, like, almost positive now that I've read these fucking text messages. Like, it's funny, you think to yourself, man, you know, it sure would be a shame if that guy got charged with murder, but I would never do that, like, in my office. But I just feel, it's funny because you're like, gee, you know, what a shame it would be if the guy was in a car accident or something and just died.
I think...
But then you think, do you even want... Because that's what I thought to myself, and then I thought to myself, but
It makes you feel guilty as well.
But not only that, would I even... Well, I wouldn't feel guilty if, like, I wished something bad upon someone and then something happened. Because as long as I didn't do it, it's just a coincidence. Like, I don't believe that I could actually affect, like, the universe in that way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if I wished it and it happened, I would probably be like... But the thing is then if it happens, right? And then, let's say this guy died, or that girl died. Like, do we want the person to be like, oh, well, now that that person's gone, how's it going?
I think that's not what my concern is. My concern is if Jazzy suddenly decided that her passport, she would no longer to stay within, like, this city and move to, like, somewhere and then drop all communication with Cubal.
You will be.
I guess if that happened, but then, yeah, it becomes a thing where it's like, oh, nice, that, like, now I'm good enough to call.
Yeah, and I think that's gonna happen.
Like, nobody wants to feel like that.
The second best.
Now I hear Jessica
It's
Taylor.
just the rule.
This is insane. Sorry, let me just email her now.
Let's go and talk again some other points. I haven't actually been to sleep.
Oh, yeah, it must be so late for you.
It feels like my body is on 820.
Oh, okay, yeah. Absolutely. Do you need a ride?
No, I'll just hop out the door and I'll be okay.
Okay.
Do you want my keys?
Yeah,
I trust you not to get into any accidents,
No.
Criminal activities.
No, I'm definitely not going to use it for crime, and I'm not going to go around trying to treat people medically. I'm not going to do any of that.
I mean, don't look at my inventory in there.
I'll even try to park it in like a weird spot before I lock it, so hopefully nobody finds it and steals it.
I mean, you can look at the inventory, just don't take stuff out of it.
Okay.
There may be morphine in there.
Was it in the front?
It's in like the glove box. Oh wait,
No,
no.
no, I mean in the front of the hospital.
Yeah, it should be. It's probably been towed by locals. I hope not, because I locked it. And it's expensive to keep getting that shit out. Oh, there! Look, it's there. Apparently locking it will keep it like that.
It's where?
It's just over there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot. It's this car. What am I talking about? I was thinking it was like a EMS car. Well, so are you going to sleep here?
I'll catch a bus up to my house, but...
Oh, you... Yeah, right. Well, I know you guys probably... If you're anything like me, you work real hard. I keep a little cot at the DA's office.
Yeah,
Sometimes I just sleep there.
Sometimes it's just easier to sleep here, but I've got kids at the house, so...
Oh, right.
Oh!
At least this is Frank Wesker, at least.
Oh, have fun. Right.
Hey,
I'll see you,
listen,
talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you for everything. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for, you know, like, listening to me and for being so patient when I was at the police department. Like, I really appreciate it. Like, I really do. Thank you so much.
I've learned to be very patient recently.
Thank you. Good night.
Night.